Hey, it's Rosemary here. How are you doing? Okay, now I was asked this question recently by a member of the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club and decided to put a video together for you. It's all about how do you maintain a 9 to 5 job as well as juggle a business. Okay, well, this is the thing, and this was my answer. It's not the easiest thing to do at all. There's no doubt about that. And yet, this is the thing. You have a new focus. Your business is your focus. No longer are you just going to work for the sake of going to work just to pay the bills. Now you are actually building your dream and your job is actually the thing funding it. So it's temporary. It's not permanent any longer. So, and you can start to see it that way, which will open your ability to handle it because you know it's very temporary. Because when I started in business, I had to work as well. We didn't have that much money at all. I was a pharmacist and I was hating it. I know pharmacist sounds great, but I'd racked up all manner of debt thinking that being a pharmacist would save the day. It didn't. I ended up with more debt because I thought pharmacy would save the day. And I was blessed to be a blessing, even though I was coming from a place of weakness myself. So I tried to save the world, got myself into even more debt. I dabbled at all kinds of different businesses, only to quit when the going got tough, which meant more debt. Okay? And I was just plain old stupid. And I just kind of spent money any old how. And now I realized that I had a problem with money. Having lived with lack for so long, I started to believe that having money was a bad thing, which wasn't helped by the fact that I belonged to a church who taught that having money was a bad thing. Okay? And honey, I was trying to get rid of the thing as fast as I could make it, sometimes even faster than I could make it, hence the fact I was in a lot of debt. And I went bankrupt, I got depressed. And I finally dug my head out of my butt when I had my children, and I got serious about handling all of it. So when I started business, I'd gone bankrupt recently. My credit was rubbish, okay? It was quite terrible. I was just coming out of depression. And for some of that time as well, my husband was at university. So I was the one bringing in the money. It was hard, and I was usually pregnant or longing to be with my babies. And so the growth of my business became it was a priority. I had to work. I had to find a way not to be away from my babies. And so they became my why. When I would want to cry and die and give up, I would stare them in the eye and I'd keep going. There were lots of tears that first 18 months or so of business. But the job meant that I wasn't desperate. So I was grateful for it. Not always, but mostly. And then there was lots of joy when I was able to quit everything altogether and be home working the business only. Except it was the wrong business, but that's a story for another day, okay? So right now, you need to see everything as a means to an end. Your job is not something to resent because it is paving the way for your new life, okay? And truthfully, anything you resent, you tend to keep a hold of. So you better just kind of release all resentment and grow gratitude. You grow gratitude for what you're creating, honey, more good things start to find you. Okay, so let's talk strategy though, because you have to focus. So that's the head mindset-y stuff, but for the actual actions you need to be taken, you need people to be looking at what you're doing. You need people's eyeballs looking at your products and services or whatever it is that you're creating, okay? And I need you to commit 90 minutes a day to this. Yeah, you may have to wake up a bit earlier than normal, but remember it's temporary, okay? Or go to bed later, whatever works for you. And you still have to be grateful in the middle of all of this. Now, number one thing is that you need to blog at least twice a week. You need to do a video once a day. A live stream is absolutely magic at the moment, so use them. Do some advertising. You can start with a tiny, teeny budget of $1 to $5 a day and then build it up as you grow your business. You need to be spreading the word organically, so you need to use like groups, like Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups and other social media platforms. So whatever is your main one, start spreading yourself around the place. And a mailing list is essential too. But you know what? You could build a whole business on Facebook to begin with. And then as you start making money, you can start to do all the other stuff. Okay? Because Facebook really enables you to do incredible things at the moment, at the time of this recording at least. There is 1.9 billion people on Facebook and 700 million on Instagram. So honey, there are more than ample numbers of people on these two platforms alone to buy your stuff, whatever your stuff is. But you have to boldly ask them to come and take a look. So a bit more detail. Number one, define who your person is. Who is it that you feel called to serve? Define that, write it down. Number two, create content that will interest them. So this is like blogs and videos and things like that. Do some research around this. You can read magazines in the industry, see what other people are doing. You know, that will help you come up with ideas. Number three, post 5 times at least on your Facebook page. Some images, your blog post, whether it's a new one or the reshare of the one you wrote 2 days ago or whatever, your video. Make sure you're putting all of that stuff on your Facebook page every single day. Remember to tell people what you want them to do next, particularly on your blog or your video. Number 4, 4, even if you don't currently have a website, please ensure that you keep those blogs somewhere safe to put on your website at a later point. Okay, that will help you with Google. Number 5, your images can then be reposted to Instagram and Pinterest to start building an audience on those platforms as well. Try to take each piece of content you create and spread it to as many different places as possible. Put content in Facebook groups as well. Some groups will allow you to purely sell. Use those as well. And now that there's the Facebook Marketplace, go check it out as well. It might be relevant to your marketplace. Number 6, advertise some of your content to build the audience on your page. Remember that these people who click on your content on the page can now be targeted specifically with an ad to buy your product, okay? And Facebook allows you to invite those people who like the content to come and like your page. So that is one way to circumvent having to pay just for likes alone. And it means that you build an audience on your page of people who have already demonstrated that they like what you have to say and what you have to offer, right? Okay? Hope you understand that. If you don't, you need to come into the club so I can explain all this stuff and show you how it all works. Number 7, create blog posts. A simple thing to keep coming up with ideas to, for those blog posts, because a lot of people tell me they don't know what to write in their blogs, is write down a list of questions that your people are likely to ask you about your product or your service or your books or your music or your whatever, and then just answer them. Answer them long enough, make it a little bit of an essay, and that's it. You have a blog post right there and then. And just keep adding to those questions, keep adding to those ideas as they come to you, okay? So you never run out of ideas. Number 8, be conversational. Take off your professional head and connect with your people. You don't have enough money to be distant from your people or can brand your product. No, you want to brand you. And you brand you by being you and showing up as you. It's like me right now speaking to you. You can see I'm a human being. You can see the sincerity in my eyes. Okay, so use this. You be human when you're actually putting your stuff out to people. Don't feel that you have to be some kind of set apart professional person that nobody can actually reach or anything like that. Just really be you, okay? You wouldn't be selling something that you don't completely believe in, right? So, honey, just show the enthusiasm you have for what it is that you're putting out there, okay? Demonstrate creating your product, demonstrate writing out that chapter, read a chapter of your book, whatever it is, to kind of connect with people, okay? Number 9, the work does always work, okay? There's a lot of stuff you can do to get more complicated than all of the stuff that I've just said, but you know what? Start here. Be a human being. Communicate numerous times a day, knowing that everyone is not online at the same time. So don't worry about how frequently you're showing up because only some people will see some of the stuff you do. Okay? And put your products on your Facebook page, particularly if you don't have a website yet. Or if you don't have a mailing list as well, then use all the powerful tools on Facebook. You could have a whole business. I already said that, but your whole business could be on this platform. And tell your people exactly what you want them to do next. Make sure there's calls to actions, okay? Remember, number 10, your job is temporary, but it's a blessing that allows you to build a business that makes you happy. Every day, write out reasons that you're thankful for your job because you get to keep the thing that you resent. And you can move away. No, you get... Honey, write out reasons that you're thankful for your job, okay? Even though it feels don't, this is the thing. If you resent it, you keep it. If you're grateful for it, you're able to move on from it, okay? So find ways to be grateful for it. I know it's contradictory. It's not the way people generally tend to act, but we are different. We are the 334K. We're different. We're deliberate millionaires. We live life deliberately. Number 11, ask away. I try to keep, ask for support. Ask for the sale. Ask your higher power for support, for help. Everything. Come into the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. Come. Let me show you exactly what you need to do. This, I was already saying this to the girl in the club anyway. Come into club every day and ask for support. Do not try and figure it all out on your own. If you're not a member of the club yet, come into the club. Come and join us. That is where you get ongoing support. That is where you get to be surrounded by a community of people who are forward thinking. The chances are that people around you don't quite get why you are doing the things that you're doing. They're all doing the same kind of thing. They're all stuck in their ways and you want something different. You need to be with people who want something different. Come into the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. I will help you in growing your business. There's lots of training, sales, marketing, mindset training that will get you off the ground. Come into the club, okay? Okay, it's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live because you absolutely want to. Until the next time, come into the club. It's at rosemarynonnight.com/DM fast track. Ooh, look at my brother got married, man. Got me a cup. I'll speak to you soon. Come into the club. It'd be so good to see you in there. Until the next time. Bye.